Now today we're going to be discussing the 3 pillars of success with a very special guest, someone that I've worked with before at a couple of our events. He's really changed the game in so many of different industries. I won't try and introduce you yourself, but Gary, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Before I go directly into the tactics of should you make a video, should you do a written blog post, or should you do a podcast, I think the bigger thing is, and I think you get this as well, is you have to reverse engineer who you're trying to get to. You know, if you're a salesperson out there right now, if you're trying to get to me, and so many of you are, I get 50, 70 bulk emails, bulk direct messages, bulk Twitter direct messages, Instagram, business cards, all sorts of weird stuff sent in the mail. I'm busy.
Right.
I'm busy, and like I'm just not interested in you selling to me, not because I don't like you, because I respect the game, it's because I'm just busy. It's nothing personal. So I think the first thing you have to do is reverse engineer the person. You know, because I'm not in the market to buy anything, I'm gonna be tougher. But if I need certain software, if I need something, that's a good time to attack.
Right.
So I think the number one rule of salespeople is to listen. Know your audience. Know what they did. If you see an M&A just happen, if you see layoffs just happening, if you see one of their, if I see Burger King doing something, I'm thinking, what does McDonald's think of this? Right. So that's number one. Number two, where are they spending time? I'm easy to sell to if you realize that I'm spending time on social networks, but I'm not gonna want you to spam me in my direct message with a link and no context. You should be producing content for me to see it in my feed. I think to answer your question directly, everybody as a salesperson has to figure out how do they best communicate. Is it written word? Is it audio? Is it video? Is it in person? And how do you use the digital world in audio, written, or video form to create the gateway drug to in-person? One thing that people are very confused by me is I don't even do phone calls, sales calls. I need to see you face to face. I'm supposed to be this digital guy, and I need to see you. I use digital, and I use all my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Medium as gateway drugs to this. So I think anybody who's a salesperson, whether if you're an entrepreneur or startup and you're not producing content at scale, podcast, video blog, blog posts, random Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube clips, then you're losing. That is unacceptable in 2016. That is losing DNA. If you're not producing content for social networks and the mobile device and the platforms on it, you basically don't exist. I look at sales very differently than the far majority. I think way too many salespeople are impatient. I think way too many salespeople are transactional. I think way too many salespeople are lowest common denominator, spam, blast LinkedIn, email bulk, business card, business card, business card. So I think I've got a different tactic on sales, but don't get it twisted, it's what I am. If you're not happy with your upside, if you're not fully fulfilled, I think a lot of what you heard from me today, I'm doing things reverse of you. I think a lot of you are doing things that are directly in front of you. Numbers that they put in front of you, you're trying to achieve that because you have a beach house you want to buy or go on that vacation. Sales is a funny game if you work in a big company. They manipulate numbers to create your actions. I believe that the best salespeople are doing things in a different way. I think you need to care about the customer for real, reverse engineer them and give them what they need. And so I have a funny feeling that for 87.9%, arbitrary number, that 87.9% of the people watching right now, I'm a better salesperson than you because I'm the anti-salesperson, and I think that's the best salesperson. Think about that. Think about how you give yourself air cover to not do behavior that is short term. Please understand that the world has changed and the attention of the person you're trying to get to is moving into different places. And this big one, stop complaining. Salespeople aren't allowed to complain. The market is the market. Your bosses are your bosses. A great salesperson shuts their mouth and she goes to work every day and tries to bring value to the end user and is patient and over time wins the marathon of sales. Put yourself in that position.